Shall we play a game?
G'day viewers, how we doing? We're going to go to the land with two dots, Colin, Aachen. Do you know, I just felt weirdly that Aachen was spelt wrong there, but it's not. It's fine. It's okay. It's all good. Hello to Psych, Michael Newberry, and Florian. Anybody else who's watching that isn't commenting? And there's a few of you by the looks of it. So we're going to have a look at the new Colin Aachen revamp timetable today. And we will, of course, do some runs. I'm debating whether I do the train that hates me or not. At the same time, I have a mod running. It's the Control Rail Driver. I tried it last night. I haven't tried it with any of the German trains, so we'll see. But anyway, apparently you get 600 playable services now, and there's about 4,000 in total. Hello, GQ. Hello, Uberk. I have all the layers turned on, so let's look at the layers first. We have S12 services from Colin Aachen itself with the BR423. S19 services from Colin Aachen with the BR423. The idea of having services layers local to the route is you can turn stuff off, and this will be particularly useful for last-gen consoles, I suspect. There are main toolbar DMU services, 642, 642, 612, whatever it is, one or the other. S6 services from Hauptstrecke Rhein-Ruhr, S11 from Colin Aachen, Dostos from Main Spessartbahn. It had to be Dostos, didn't they? You can't have a German route without more Dostos. Tallies with the LGV Mediterranean. Now, that one's a bit of a substitute, so that one was a decision to put the LGV in, even though it's not liveried. So it's not the right livery, but they thought they'd put it in so they could have the train. BR425 from Hauptstrecke Rhein-Ruhr. There's intercity services with the 101. There are NJ services from, it's using KWG's Vectron. I don't remember what KWG is, Kassel-Wurzburg. And coaches. Oh, yeah, okay. It's a Vectron and 101 coaches. That'd be cool. So it's a Vectron with an ICE, basically, or an IC, sorry. IC1 and freight services from Kassel-Wurzburg. Mixed freight services from Kassel-Wurzburg, Dresden, and Rusignord. Local shunting 363, Schnellfahrstrecke Kassel-Wurzburg and Rusignord. Zackens from Dresden. Enos freight. This is a Vectron hauling freight. Cool. RE9, Main Spessartbahn, Rusignord. RB48, RE4 and N-Wagon services from Bahnstrecke Bremen Oldenburg. I don't think I've played that route for years. There's a rail tour from Link Rheinstrecke, Mainz Koblenz. I think that's the 103. Question marks from Southeastern High Speed. Yes, there's a Class 700. Only runs in September. You know we're going to have to do a run in September so we can see this stuff. There is static Zackens all over the place from the Werke Dresden. There's a Vectron, which runs in September from Kassel Wolfsburg. I didn't even know Kassel Wolfsburg had a Vectron, so there you go. Well, of course it does, actually. It's got that. Yeah, it does. It has that one that sits around. I think it pulls a single IC service. Colin Depot shunting service from NRM and RSN. More Zackens services from Dresden. Static 363 and Uakens from Rusig Nord. Static Zackens from Dresden. Static Phones. There's a lot of static stuff hanging around, which is good. There's some more freight from Wolfsburg and Bremen Oldenburg. There's more freight from Kassel Wolfsburg. More freight from Kassel Wolfsburg. Salzburg Rosenheim gets a look on the RE4. There's the Flix train with the Flix train Vectron and its coaches. Kermit the train. There's one labeled TRI, but it doesn't really show me what it is. There's Frankfurt Fulda Kinzigtalbahn with FTF and BR218 freight services. All right, so let's confirm those. And we'll have a flick through things. Luke London says, I need help looking into very confusing issue Train Sim World 5 content. I'm having issues with the all Steam Train DLCs. For some reason, I play Train Sim World 5 directly from the console. All my other DLCs that I've loaded show up, but not the Steam Train DLC, even though I've purchased them and downloaded them. Did you purchase them from the store? However, when I stream Train Sim World 5 using cloud streaming and not from console itself, all my DLCs show up, including the Steam Train DLC. I've also tried to restore all the licenses for Train Sim 5 content, and that still hasn't worked. Have you, by chance, bought the TSW 3 or 4 versions of the Steam Engine DLCs? They will still work, but you need to not download that one. You need to download the Train Sim World 5 version. That sounds like what's happened there. So, naturally, we have on foot, we have 82 services for the Maintalbahn BR642. 82. 82, I lied. Why did I say 84? 82, I can't read. We have 260 for the BR423, which is the native to this route, but it's listed as Schnellfahrstrecke Köln without the Aachen. BR442, we have 27 services. The BR406 ICE3M, the train that hates me, has got 23 services. You can tell I haven't actually played this yet because how many completed? 0, 0. Joshua must... Yes. Yes, you have to buy them from the same store. So if you're on Xbox, you've got to buy it from the Xbox store. If you're on PC, you've got to buy it from Steam or Epic, depending on which version you play. And if you're on PlayStation, you've got to buy it from the PlayStation store. And you do have to have the DLCs installed. Yes, Psych, to see all this stuff. BR406, we talked about that one. We will run that one, even though it hates me and we won't get far. The BR401, which is the Ice-T, the Tilty Beast, has 9 of those. BR425, 85. Is that the same as the 423? No. Okay, so they're separate. So they are separate 85 services. The BR111 gets 7 services. The Dostos, of course there's Dostos, and there's lots of different Dostos that you can have. They're substituting in from bloody everywhere. And there's 35 Dosto cab car services. BR103 gets, this is the rail tour from Link Rheinstrecke. I always like the way the BR103 looks. There's the 112.1 from Hauptstrecke Hamburg Lübeck, and it gets 8 services. There's the 114 with 7 services, but wait, there's more. And we have the Flix Train Vectron with 10. It looks like you can sub in the other Vectrons if you want to. I wonder if that would work. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? If you sug in, would you get green carriages with a red Vectron? I'm sure the green Vectron's actually got something different to run the carriages, but anyway, we'll see. BR218 gets one service, so that'll be a rail tour. It's potentially the same one as that one, given that they're both older locos. Actually, no, this isn't a rail tour. This is a freight service. This is a single freight service. BR101, 4 services. BR143, 1 service. 146, 34 services. There's a few of them. The 155 blue machine, 115. The 182, now some of these will substitute for each other. The 182, various versions of it, 115. The 185, various versions, 115. They are probably the same services. 116 for the 185.2. So where does that extra one come from? That's interesting. 185 has 116, so the same as the 182 and the other 185. The box, the shipping container on wheels, has got 116 services. Do you know how many of those I'll play? None. The 363 has 6 services. The 187 is not as terrible as it was when it came out, but I still don't enjoy running it. Just in reality, the thing actually sounds terrible, and in the game it sounds terrible as well. It's just how it is. DBBR101 Expert has 4 services. Not in the mood to run that one today. I've got to be in a very, very nihilistic mood. And the G6 Shunter gets 6, which is, I'd be guessing, probably the same ones as our little 363 friend, wherever it was. There. So it gets 6 as well. So my bet is the 363 and the Shunter have the same services. So I think we need to run a service in September so we get to see that 700. Not that I know why it would turn up. Just catching up with the chat. Joshua says a heap of Vectron but no damp nut. Oh, he's around somewhere. Rails of Illinois, Germany definitely likes transportation. Yes, they do. Nigel says, hi, Paul, looking forward. Cool, welcome. Michael says, hello to Rails. Florian says 401 is the original ice. Tilty Beast is 411. Did I get that wrong? I thought that was the tilt. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, that is the original. It's the ICE one. What a shitty ambassador I am. Nigel says, I hope it's available for Xbox 8th gen. I've not heard anything that says it's not. And Joshua says it would melt at the 8th gen. Just out of interest, I don't know if it still has it. You know we're going to start with this. Actually, if I run this one, if I run the KAH version of it, it won't hate me so much. It'll be okay. So, September, custom weather, light clouds. Should we run a nice early one? So this is a full-length run. Yeah, we'll run a full-length run. Why not? Let's see if it works. Now, Joshua Moss, you say it would melt any 8th gen console. I don't know if they've still got it, but the PS4 actually got this timetable by accident a couple of weeks ago. Not many people noticed. Southwest asks, is this update out yet? And hello. No, not yet. It's out. Actually, I can't tell you exactly what day. I know exactly what day, but I can't tell you. Not yet. But it's going to come out with the update to Cargo Line. So if you think about what day you do, updates normally come out. Which side's my platform on? Left? So let's pop out and have a look. We've got a freight moving. We've got a Vectron sitting over there. We've got another loco sitting behind it. We've got an ICE-1 sitting over there. What's that taking off? Leaving now already? Got a 4-2. We've got some old ICE carriages, and what's pulling them? A rail pull Vectron, which suggests... Are the lights on in the ICE? Yeah, I think they are. So that suggests that the other Vectrons have been upgraded to run passenger carriages, which is interesting. It's only a suggestion. We've got some Dostos over here. Well, that's certainly busier than it used to be. All right, so back in the beast. It's not quite time to go yet. What else do I have to set up on this thing? I need to do some things I'll regret. So, Elzub, Pizub, and the Naggy Nanny. G'day folks, DB, we'd like to welcome you. We're about to go fast. Maybe, if we move at all. Alrighty, still waiting just a moment. Doors are shut. We should be... Oh, hang on. One thing I haven't done yet. AFB. The soul-free Gabi. Good. And we'll set this to 40, because we'll be under monitoring probably when we start off. Locking the doors. Now let's see if this mod works with German trains. If it doesn't, I'll kill it. Hello, Mark B. Not that German trains ever honk the horn. Break off works. Good. That didn't last long. Oh, I turned AFB. Oh, I see. Sorry, I took the independent break off and that's used for AFB now. Goodo. Off we go. So this is pretty amazing for me. I've got the AFB, I've got the ICE 3 actually moving. That's because it's not Colin Arkin's ICE 3. I cheated. Used the other one. Southwest says it looks nicer than it did before. Uberk says that's a nice packed Arkin station. So if you think about what's releasing soon, it will come out in the update just before that. Now, updates normally release for me on the same day. Not as the thing's coming out, but on the same day as the kit. And now that I've actually seen this green signal, oh good, it's got the modern cars. Excellent. They're all white. We will release because I've seen this signal that's green. Actually, I won't bother because it'll do it by itself. We're only allowed to do 40 anyway, so that's fine. No, it hasn't done it by itself. Alright. Zifa. That freight didn't get very far. It's waiting for us, probably. As we head for Colanhof. Florian says, I hope the core texture issues are sorted soon. That's why it's being delayed on PS5. I think the delays are just for certification. Nothing else. I do know that the two issues that the team are focusing on the most, and I can say this without violating my NDA because I know it's been said, is textures and out of memory. And the out of VRAM issue is probably the cause of the textures anyway, because the textures is Unreal going, I need more! Give me more! Off we go. Preemptive seeper whack so I can go outside into Tree Sim World. So a new rail direct calibration with this mod only lets me go up to 92% power. Can I squeeze any more out of it? No. There had to be a good side and a downside to the mod. The good side to the mod, it's by Cobra 1. And he's the guy that did Rail Driver for Train Sim Classic. And the good side of it, look at my levers. Nothing's doing this. Lots more static stock coming up. She's certainly looking pretty busy so far. I'm quite pleased with this. Even though I'm doing an express run, which is weird for me. So what do we got out here? We've got a rail pool. We've got some more Dostos. We have... There's our 700. There's a Thames Link 700 sitting in the yard. Coupled up to... Well, it's not coupled to, but it's got some tank cars. Are they made here or something? Zifa. You can go inside. All right, I'm being silly, clearly. Oh, stuck. There's lots more stuff up here as well, which is good to see. The little 425s and then the 423s to me always look like trams. And another freight. This is pretty huge so far. We can pop up to 140 now. See if down just not that much. So the rail driver is still finicky with this. I'll use the R key to pop up to 140. Southwest says it looks much nicer than it did before. Mark B says hello. Hello, Mark B. Welcome to New Zealand. New Zealand has joined the chat. Australia's eastern states, or are we your western states? I think the way your economy's going, we might be your western states currently. You're doing better than us. Far Carlton. So in the German version of this, it's called the Fahrplan revamp, which is like the Near Plan revamp, but it's far away. You know, let me just pop out to the Ambassador Discord and let me see if they've actually given us a date that we're allowed to talk about. Because last I heard, it weren't. You will see some hitching in this because I haven't run the route. I wanted to run it first time with you guys. Let's just pop back and do a preemptive CIFA. God, people are talking a lot. Don't talk so much, people. Came back for CIFA. There's lots of exciting stuff coming up. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Did I miss a VZB? Nah, you stop then. You do that while I keep looking. Okay, they did say what day, but they didn't say whether we can tell you or not. So we'll just leave it. Now the question is, what did I miss? I clearly missed a PZB, but what was it? Because I was trying to read a Discord. Must have been this signal here. But nothing came up. So was it a speed change maybe? Might have been a speed change or something like that. So wouldn't have appeared. Alright, let's reset everything then. And we should be able to just drive now. There we go. Oh yeah, speed change 120. That's what I didn't acknowledge. We'll just call that fine then. Joshua says, packed for sure. Finally. No, YouTube, I don't want to insert ads. Piss off. Close. YouTube wants to put in ads. What happens when I put in ads? Everybody disappears. Nigel says, when it is releasing? Let's just say early next week. I'll get away with early next week. So you'll have this shortly if you're on Steam. I'm not sure about Epic. No one's mentioned it. So I'm not actually sure, but definitely on Steam. Consoles will come later. Later is not yet defined. So just later. is all I can give you for that. So we make our way off to Colin again. Luke says, I checked on the store. It's a Train Sim World 5 version of Flying Scotsman installed and it isn't showing up. Did you buy it from the same store? So you're playing on Xbox by the sounds of things, since you're talking about cloud gaming. Did you buy it from the... Why did I go over speed? Bad AFP. Bad AFP. Naughty. Did you buy it from the PC Xbox store, or did you buy it from the console store? They are different. And are you playing on Xbox or are you playing on PC using the Xbox store? David Mangan says, I hope the Frankfurt-Fulda route will definitely be getting another update, defeated on Xbox Series X from being laggy and kicking me off. Well, hopefully. Which Xbox are you on? You're on the X. I don't get any particular dramas on the X. It's a bit of a slideshow at Fulda and at Frankfurt. But I'm not getting kicked out of it. So if you've got a particular service that's actually dropping you back out of the game, drop it in the chat. And if it's more than one, drop in a list. Because I'm happy to try them on my Xbox, and if it happens to me, I'm happy to report it as a bug. Joshua Mosh says Intermodal was the 1st of May. Yes, it is. It is. He's talking about Cargo Line Intermodal, which is the next update, which for me would be Thursday, and the update normally comes out 2 days before that. So for you, the 1st of May might be a different day. Just remember that, because, you know, I am in your future, being an Aussie. There's only a few people in our future. New Zealand's one of them. Oi. Oh! I wasn't focused on the game. I went back to have a look at the calendar. There we go. We're fine. It's all good. Don't worry about it. Just from us, Luke, only if you own the Scotsman on PC, not the Xbox store, you can play it via streaming. Ah, that might be the clue. That might be the clue there. We're missing a gratuitous bridge shot. Zifa. Quite Zifa. No one likes you. Luke says it's on the PS5. Does that still make a difference? So if you're buying stuff... So I'm going to buy a Schnellfahrstrecke console. Are you on PS5, Luke? And have you bought everything from the PS5 store? Or the PlayStation store anyway? Why me down here, game? Thank you. I just clicked back in to click Zifa because I was scrolling through the chat. Boy asks, is there suspension on the 406? I don't think so, because it's not a route update, it's only a timetable. So if the 406 had suspension from somewhere else, then that one might sub in. But I don't think so. We're not running the Colanhof one, they're running the Bremen one. Because the Colanhof one hates me. This one's okay. Get a bit more speed going as we head off to Corn. We can try and have a look and see if there's suspension on this thing. I mean, it'd be a pretty tight train anyway. There's a rail pool pulling some IC carriages. Good to see these posts don't have collision on. Nah, that's not suspension, that's just moving around like it used to. So the answer to the question is no, it doesn't have suspension. But remember, the route hasn't changed, only the timetable. Or if the route's changed, it's unintentional. So, Luke, have you bought this content all from the same store? Because that's kind of important. And can you confirm that you are on PS5? And Joshua says, nope, you need to own the content of the device to play it via non-streaming. PC, Xbox, PS are all different stores. Yes. So if you're playing on PlayStation, you must buy from PlayStation Network, the PlayStation Store. If you're playing on Xbox, you must buy it from the Xbox Store. Now, Xbox is a little bit weird because if you buy a game on Xbox console, you can actually play it on PC. But if you buy it on PC, I don't think it works the other way. I think you can only stream it to the Xbox. So I don't think you can install it. But hello, Best News. Welcome to the stream. Michael says it's releasing on Steam first. All other platforms will be a later date. That is absolutely correct. Epic has been asked about, but I haven't seen an answer to it, so I don't know. Whoop. Almost missed a freight train. So that's been about what? We're probably approaching 10 trains so far that we've seen. That's pretty good. Syke says, I think it's being released on Steam for performance testing even before attempting that many layers, even on 9th gen. Oh, look, I'm not going to tell you I know, but my guess is it's just going through certification for the consoles. Because certification requires a different kind of testing and attestation than Steam does. Steam, as many of you know who buy stuff on the Steam store, will release any old shit. They really don't care. I have bought the occasional game on the Steam store and I think, okay, 3 seconds after I got that, refunded. I even got one not that long ago that actually set off my malware detection, which was a bit exciting. We're coming up to the faster bit. Quiet, Zipper. I've only turned Zipher on. I normally don't like turning on Zipher during streams. I often do, but out of habit, because I forget. But I don't like having it on during streams. I'm turning it on because I'm curious to see if the scoring's been updated as well as the timetable. I suspect not. I suspect the best you can get's gold. But we'll see. We are in LZB territory, so let's go AFB to the max. And away we go. Now, when I come out of LZB, I often mess this up. I'm just warning you. So, we often stop when we come out of LZB, just saying. Oh, it's the cool A bridge. It's just cool, that thing. Zipher. Quiet. David says I'm on the Xbox Series X and I'm playing Frankfurt Fulda route right now. Cool. So if you get any particular services that blow you up, David, let me know. Drop it in the chat or drop it on my Discord. Either's fine. Luke says Flying Scotsman is owned and downloaded in the PlayStation 5 store, but doesn't show up unless I cloud stream the game instead of playing it in the downloaded version, Transim World 5. Well, that would suggest it's not actually downloaded to your console. Now, I'm not that familiar with PlayStation, but what I can do is get you a link to the Dovetail support, because they have got a thing about installing on there we go. That's what we want. So this is a link. Oops, Zephyr. This is a link on how to download TSW5 stuff, and there is also how to download add-ons. And if you have a look at the instructions in here for PlayStation, and just check off that you are actually following each of those things, hopefully it will sort Joshua says, I'm Melbourne train guy. This is my final form. Fair enough. You can be whatever you want. You can metamorphose as much as you want. You have PS. You can't stream. You can. Yeah, you actually can cloud stream DLCs on some platforms. Felix says, try restoring purchases. Josh says you can stream from PS5 to that weird portal thing, and I think also to a PS4 as well. Lord Vectron the Fourth, hello. Good morning. Ziva. As we fly along in the train that hates me, but not the version that hates me. It's about as far as I've ever gotten in an Ice 3, to be honest with you. I like the Bremen version. It doesn't hate me so much. Only its sister hates me. So that's okay, because sisters don't like each other anyway. Just letting into a little secret. Joshua Moss says, a wild damp nut appeared, the Vectrons were calling. We will do a Vectron service. Have a think, folks, from all that big list I did back at the start, what kind of services would you like to see this morning? Because I'm happy to go with whatever the crowd would like to see. So just chuck it in the chat and we will see how we go. 27 k's to Colin, so this run is pretty close to over. I think next up we'll do something with a Vectron, whether it's IC or whether it's a freight. And then let me know what services you want after that. Syke says, how is scoring embedded into the game? Is it core or root? The answer is both. I know that sounds strange, but it's both. Core has got the both scoring systems, but the root has to be configured for a particular scoring system. And the trains have to be configured for that scoring system too. You may have noticed if you sub in a train from a really old route, you can't always get safety system scores, for example, because the train doesn't support it. Ooh, car popped in. Right above our heads. It's a good thing there was a bridge there. Lord Vectron came here to see a Vectron. Of course he did. Syke says, Vectron IC is my vote. Joshua Moss says, is this closer to LZB cutting out? No, I don't have any flashing, so I'm okay. Must just be a speed change, I think. Joshua says, is it closer to BML or Southeastern High Speed? I'd have to say it's closer to BML with the number of services it's got now. And Joshua says, shed. Not too likely to see a shed on this route. Unless you meant a container, the 187. It's basically a shipping container with caps bolted on each end. What have we got here? RE service. We'll need to do an RE service because I want to do a stopper. That would be fun. You, Burke, would like to see the BR11110. I should find a bit of paper, shouldn't I? So we do Vectron IC and then a BR110. Damien says, I'd love to see something that stops at that station and only gets a few services a day. That's E-Chiron, or whatever it is. I can try and find that. Joshua wants to see the Kermit train at some point. Sub wants the S-Bahn. Any particular one of them? Damien says, finally enough, the 66 German version regularly runs this route. That's cool. I don't think there are any in here though. Unless someone saw one. I didn't see any subbing in the drivable ones, but there could be AI, I suppose. Another one for S-Bahn. Sub says an RE wouldn't run on the S-Bahn trucks. Well, maybe, you never know. They may well have done some weirdness to make things work. Metrolink says, when are you bringing out Metrolink VC line? No plans that I know of. Haven't seen anything on the roadmap. We have another speed reduction with LZP. And we have LZB coming to an end shortly. Just warning you in advance, I nearly always flub the end of LZB. Because it nearly always happens right before a signal. I have this horrible habit of just smashing the end key over and over and over again, which of course, what does that do? That does a release for PZB. So the first one is for LZB, and then all the leftover ones go into the next PZB, and you go, well, you know, pressing release instead of acknowledge is not a good idea. We have a red signal. Very soon. Which could be why the train's slowing down by itself. Damien says, but I think someone's making a mod for one though with the PZB gubbins. That'd be cool. 66 with PZB. That'd be very cool. I don't often play mods on stream, but I reckon I'd do that one. I normally try and avoid mods on stream. I'm running the Rail Driver mod because I think it's kind of good. So if you've missed the start of the stream, I'm running Cobra 1's Rail Driver mod. Do I have to acknowledge a signal when I'm in PZB? There's a question. Apparently not. Will it actually stop me, or should I stop me? I think I might start reducing power. It's a very mixed rate over there. It's nice to see some unusual formations. I'm just going to ignore chat for a moment because I don't want to mess up. Well, I'm going to try and avoid messing up the end of LZB, and I also know there's a red coming, which isn't the red for Colin. And I'm curious, is the train going to stop for the red or not? Because I know the one's on Castle Wurzburg too. Kind of feels like it's going to stop for the red. Oh, there we go. And that answers my question. I think it was going to, because now the signal's changed, it's accelerating again. We're coming out of LZB about 1.5 kilometers away from the station by the looks of it. There we go. So end for that. And just press it once. And now I have to drive. And I can't remember if I'm going to get the PZB assistant on this route or not. The plane, boss, the plane. We make our way into the great city of Köln. I'll catch up with the chat again in a moment. I just want to pay attention. LZB's just about to go. There it goes. Oh, I just noticed that was red. Will it stop? Will it stop? Will it stop? Oh, it's going to be close. That was lucky. How close did I get? Yeah, it's about as close as you want to get. I could probably have another meter and get away with it. That was a little bit lucky. Alrighty, we are allowed to move. 40. Actually stay below 25. Can I move? Let's put AFB back to 0 and then up. Can I move? Yes, okay. But let's just put AFB down 1. That's right. Don't get up. Wrong key. Don't press the wrong key. Twit. I don't know if you'd actually roll into a station on AFB. I suppose you could. I do believe they just prioritised in that other service in front of us. It's a bit mean. Zifa. Damien says, no, I think someone's making a mod for one with PCB governance. We've talked about that. Florian says, I would love to see the DBBR 266 in TSW one day. The problem is most run with private companies, which means licensing issues. Well, I suppose a question, would you play it if it wasn't liveried? So if you got the loco or the train and it's not liveried, would you be okay with that? Damien says, no, you don't in LZB. Lord Vectron says, signal appears after LZB ends, so it won't stop you. Yeah, my major drama is when I come out of LZB, you hit the end key when it starts flashing, and I have a horrible habit of hitting the end key more than once. So what basically happens is that last press of the end key is held, and when you get to PZB, get to a signal that wants you to acknowledge, instead it hits release, so it stops you because it thinks you hit the wrong key. It thinks you hit release instead of acknowledge. I have whined about this a lot, and the answer is don't press it. Damien says if you transition to BZB, you have to stop the train. And he says it will stop you in LZB. Is good. Zifa having one last go at attacking me. There we go. Near enough. Nice gentle stop for our passengers compared to the one at the signal. The poor buggers would have all been getting up too. They would have been getting their stuff ready and starting to line up at the doors, and then poor bastards. God. Okay, so it does not have the new scoring system. Because it doesn't... Oh, no, it does say use safety system, so it does. Okay. I lost points for speeding. All right, so it does have the new scoring. Good, huh? That makes me happy. Maybe I should pay more attention now. I was only speeding once. Naughty. And only briefly. Cool. Let's go back to the... That takes me back to the timetable for this train, doesn't it? I think it does. Let's have a look. Damien says, when you transition from LZB to PZB, you always put AFB back to 0, then to your desired speed. Thank you. That was something I'd wondered about. Jesse Jack says, RIP, didn't kill me. Vlad G says, hi. Hello, Vlad G. Jesse Jack's. Yeah, so this takes me back to that one. That's what I thought. All right, so what we need then is the next one we're going to do a Vectron with an IC train of some kind. So probably do a rail pool because we saw them working. Freight, mixed freight, intermodal, NJ service. So that'd be passenger, wouldn't it? I think that's passenger. Go. Jesse says, phew, that's kind of how I feel too. Florian says, oof. Syke says, got to have delivery. Did I choose wisely? I did choose wisely. Excellent. Now I've got to remember how to set up a Vectron. It's been a little while. Brake key, master key. And boop, to you too. And we are on the right voltage, but we're going to want AFB, aren't we? Can't press AFB yet. That must mean reverser. Where's the reverser? Okay, we've got the reverser. Cut in the train brake.
RFB. RFB.
I think I just...
RFB.
Did I just turn AFB off or on? We'll see. I might have just turned it on, off. Right, now, switchies. It's not one of those switchies. Oh yeah, lights. Lights would be handy, wouldn't they? No, I want headlights. PZB? LZB? Sifa. I had to crouch to look out the window. Seems only fair. Alright, now I think I've got this thing set up. I could probably set LZB. That one doesn't use that lever. It's a manual one. Does it have a clicky? It does have a clicky. You released. You're on hold. Should hold the brakes anyway because I got the doors open. Lock the doors. Looks promising. Let's go then. Looks like the headlights are on, but they're actually not. Weird. Off we go with an IC service, which is an NJ service. Go figure. And looks like we're just going straight through to Aachen, not stopping anywhere. Going the other way around now. How busy was that station? It doesn't look too bad. There's quite a bit in there. It's a serious train, isn't it? It's huge. It's pretty impressive for a passenger train. It's massive. Whoops. Oh, I should stop thinking about how big it is and behave myself. That would be a better thing to do, wouldn't it? All right. I should probably pay attention to driving, eh? A little bit. Joshua says better for it to be in timetable with incorrect livery than not at all. It'll take a little while for the brakes to recharge. Don't panic. There we go. Lord Vectron says licensing doesn't bother me as long as they paint it to look similar. Florian says a non-livery 266. I'd be happy with that. Joshua says Creators Club for livery if you need them, or other ways these days. Florian says I think I missed an opportunity to remaster this route. It wouldn't surprise me if it happens one day. But I think I would really strongly suggest that you probably won't see a lot of remasters until they sort the textures. I know I'm allowed to go faster, but I'm leaving AFB at 40 because I'm in monitoring, because I was naughty. And hopefully that signal will change. So I think once they sort out the VRAM and texture issues, I expect remasters could potentially be on the cards again. But I would imagine at the moment that you'd take a sit on your hands approach, wouldn't you? I just found my missing memory card. And of course, just as I want to put away a memory card in its box, Seafer wants to whack me. Yes, it's nice that you want to start LZB, but we can't really do much. It's not actually this one, is it? It's the next one, I think. Go on, signal. Let me out. We want to get out. Rail says realistically engineers or drivers set a full service suppression application once they're at a slower speed. No. Once you've stopped, you do. Once you've stopped, you'll do a full equalising brake application. And the purpose of that is to make sure the brake pressures throughout your entire train are even. That's why it's called a... Well, it's not the only reason it's called a full equalising. It's equalising so the equalising reservoir and the train pipe reach the same pressure. We're being passed overhead. Ah. Okay. I have to be a little bit careful though, because I think we're still effectively limited to 25 until we pass this signal. Lord Vectron says it stresses me the speedo isn't in the middle of the screen. I actually like it this way because my mic blocks the speedo normally. Ooh. Tankers. Silver ones. Enjoy yourself, Joshua. Thank you for being around. I'm surprised I didn't have to acknowledge that. We are out of monitoring, so I should be able to put... In fact, we're under LZB, so I should be able to put AFB up to full speed now. And give it all the beans and just let AFB take care of it and LZB take care of it. Should just work. Should be fine. Why aren't we powering though? We are, but only just. Let's reset the throttle. Only still got that tiny amount of power on. Or does it still think I'm... There we go. I wonder what it was waiting for. It's always good when you're trying to show off stuff and you don't quite know what your train's doing. Whatever. But anyway. It's catching up with Damien who says yes, it's night jet. Now we've had a seafer, we can do this safely. Dostos on that side. Intermodal on this side. An English police car down below. So why is it running at 40? Interesting. Oh, yes, Florian. Thank you, Florian. Sykes says that sounds dirty. Lord Vectron says average Vectron service. Florian says that's what she said. Damien says, I think an extension would be better for this route, to be honest, either past Arkon or past Colin through the city, maybe down to Mains. That'd be cool and would link up some routes more effectively. You can move the speedos around. Yeah, we could. But, you know. I like having an empty screen. It's cool. I actually quite like driving this with the full wide monitor when I'm streaming. So I've got a 5K monitor that's curved, and when I'm streaming I only run in the middle portion, the middle 2K of it, because you can't stream 5K to YouTube, it won't let you. And I miss it. I miss the wraparound feel, I really do. The other thing that's cool is Prey Dog's UE VR mod. That's kind of cool as well. It's not quite as nice as real VR, but it's getting there. So Damien, what is that thing? I should look it up on maps. That would tell me what it was. Gas or water? Go, little Vectron, go. Won't get quite the speed of the ICE. But we go pretty well. Lord Vectron says if it's a spear, it would be gas. And Damien says water tower or a gas tower, one or the other. Yeah, we run our gas network at pressure these days, so we don't have gasometers and gas accumulators anymore. Lord Vectron says Vectron is restricted to 22. 220. But we'll be doing 160, I think. I don't think it'll go faster than 160. I think that's one of the... Let's just hope I don't mess this up. No. Which is it? It's 12. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's a playable one. Because I think that's one of the ones that stops at that station. Just slightly slower than the ICE. Just a little bit. Damien says, I'll be back, gonna get ready for bed, and I'll join back in bed. Fair enough. Michael's Train Talk says, hello, do you think that console will get a smaller timetable after release? I haven't... Oops, oh. I haven't heard one way or the other. And I know that PS4 accidentally got this timetable a few weeks ago. Whether it's still got it, I don't know. I don't have one I can try it out on. Actually, that's not quite true. I think I actually have got the game on a PS4 key. Don't know if I've got this route, though. So I think it was... This came out with TSW2, wasn't it? This one, I think, was one of the three. I actually might have it. Should have a look. I'm not going to do it now, though. It's all the way down there somewhere, and it's not even plugged into anything at the moment. But, given this route's one of the older ones, so it's less detailed, it's less memory intensive, I'm being pinged for speeding even though I'm on LZB. Nice. There's a fair chance that a heavy timetable would actually be okay on an 8th gen console because this hasn't got the really detailed graphics of the more modern counterpart routes. So it might be okay. So we'll see. That's the answer. Will Gen 9 consoles get a smaller one? I doubt it. But possible for Gen 8s. But with all the layers that you've got, there's a lot of layers that you can turn on and off, so if it does cause any issues on a console, you can turn layers off so that you can run the bits that you want to run. Actually, just out of curiosity, how much memory is the game using right now in... of course, Sifa wants me. It's not real heavy on the GPU right now. I'm using 10 gig of GPU memory out of the 16, but don't forget some of that will be streaming, so I'm probably only using 8. And it's stealing a gig from my main memory, but that'll also be the video encoder. Normal memory I'm running 20 gig, but I'm also running a lot of stuff, so it's not just the game. Because I've got OBS running, I've got all the Elgato stuff running, I've got all the Wavelink stuff running, I've got a browser going just so I can watch the chat. So I've got a fair bit of stuff running, so I think it would fit in the footprint of a console without too much drama. And given I'm using 10 gig of VRAM, 2 gig of that would be the stream that's going out. So it's probably 8 gig of VRAM. That should fit on an 8th gen. It should be okay. So I'm guessing, but I would feel like it would be the full timetable on an 8th gen because it would fit in memory. Lord Vectron says, oh, 200 kilometers an hour, brain bleed. Always uncomfortable. It's such a quiet, gentle Sifa, isn't it, in the Vectron? Not the from the other ones. Trees in world. That sounded like a proper train. Gotta like that. Damien says, yeah, that's a playable. Saw it before I went. Horum is on the in-game map, so you can't terminate and return to free roam and run it back to Colin. Bubba. Florian says should do 200 at some stage, so we'll see what happens anyway. Could do. Couple of farmers going at it over there. New track being made there, perhaps? I can't get over there. It does look like track being made, doesn't it? Or is it being pulled up? Because there's definitely tracks and sleepers and stuff. So who knows? Is that representing ripping that track up, or is that representing building it? Let's find a nice rail fan vantage point. We'll sit up here on the signal like a bird. Oh, hang on, bridge. Of course, bridge. Wrong way. I hate it the way it always goes against the train when you're on the 8. Another Dosto service. Let's get in here onto the station so we can watch it go past. Whoosh. See you later, train. It's the 423. Catching up with another service. My AFB speed is set to 200, so it should be okay. You can see it flashing away there down here. But if I go in there, it's flashing away here. Here comes a 200 zone, so we shall see. If it speeds up, it speeds up. Super. To try and get that service, or get something that does stop at that station, we should probably go there. Yeah, I did confirm the speed. We'll see in a minute. It'll either speed up or it won't. I think the route's setting it to 160. An oily special, one in each direction. Waiting for us by the looks of it. That could be cool. What is that train? So it's DGS 47550. Be interesting to play a train that gets stopped for another train. We'll see if that's a real service. LZB is going to end, apparently. Wrecked my bridge shot. No, too much, too much, too much. Clicky, clicky. I see one. I hit it a few times, you know. Night, you Burke. Thanks for joining in. I kind of understand LZB and PZB. I'm not going to tell you I'm good at it, not by a long shot. I kind of get it. I still have my cheat page. I've had this for years. You should put it up there so I can read it. That blocks the screen. I'll put it up here. Basically, it gives you instructions for the different speeds and how much you have to slow down and things like that for different kinds of trains in the different modes. Vectron. "21 Ks to Aachen. At this speed, that won't take very long. Pierce says, I think you forgot to acknowledge the AFB when you put the AFB up in the middle of the game, you realised it. No, I did actually acknowledge it. I clicked it a couple of times. It was not obeying me, but LZB was running, so it was LZB controlling the speed. But now we're not under LZB, so if I put it up now, it would go up. Florian says, also going to bed here. It's almost 2 AM. Enjoy the drive. Thank you, I will. And have fun. Thank you for joining in, Florian. That's the sad thing about us going into winter and the Northern Hemisphere going into summer. Because it's that horrible time difference. Nice to see some gaps in an intermodal. I like that. How's work been going, Michael? Are we coming up on almost a year since you got back into the workforce? Feels like it's almost a year. Oops. Wrong. I was hoping that would click the thing. I don't know what the key is to click that. Maybe it's Shift R. No, it's not Shift R. Control R? No, that turns it on and off. Oh, I have turned it off, haven't I? Have I turned off AFB? I think I have turned off AFB. Control R. Right. I'm trying to figure out which button clicks the... Hello, Brad. Trying to figure out which button clicks the top of the lever. It's been a while. I haven't had to remember. $14 Ks for Aiken for a coffee. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's put it down to 0 and back up again. Because I think when I turned it off and turned it on, it wasn't believing me. Right, now it should be okay. At some point soon, it should figure out what I want, rather than what I'm doing. Right, now we've got to come back down again anyway. 110. Control F, you think? Yep, that does it. Thank you. That would be better than jiggling the screen around so much. Vectron is now entering snail mode. Right, Sifa. Tree sim what? How come the poles at this end of the line have collision on? It's weird. There's something weird going on with the headlights there. I could probably set a button on the rail driver, because one of the cool things about this mod I'm running, the TSW rail driver and joystick interface by Cobra, is you can actually set the buttons on the rail driver to do things. But I haven't really explored that very much at the moment. We'll get there. We will get there. Lord Vectron says, in shift A twice to press button on throttle for the train length, meep meep. Oh, we should try that. Should be getting it about now. Maybe? Maybe not. So far the mod's been really good at managing the levers. So Michael Newberry, I know you've got a rail driver. TSW rail driver and joystick interface by Cobra. GQ asked, do you have a mod that makes the signals brighter? I do for UK routes. I don't have one for German routes, but I don't know if that one has any bleed over and does other routes as well. I thought it only did the UK ones. It's the London Midland signal mod. For those who are curious about the mod I'm using for Rail Driver, I've just popped a link into the article about it. It's an older article, but the links in the head of that article go to the newest version of the mod. So you don't have to worry about scrolling through the 10,000 pages that talk about it. You can go straight to it. Wow, that's braking hard to get down to 120. That's alright, it's a bit early. Brad MacArthur asks, is this update based on a real timetable? It looks pretty busy. I haven't seen it publicly talked about what it is. So, for my own safety, I'll decline to answer the question because I'm not sure what answer I should actually give you. Surprised I don't ever acknowledge that one. I think I might actually just come off AFB now. So busy pissing around with the AFB lever, I didn't even see that I need to acknowledge. Do I still have a thing for that? I can't remember if I still have that command in Nightbot or not. Wait for it to get below 1 bar. There we go. I was thinking I'll come off AFB and do the right thing and drive in the last bit manually. So busy trying to turn off AFB and drop the lever back to 0 that I stopped paying attention to the thing that matters. Signals. Yeah, for people who are watching who don't know, I'm a fireman on a heritage railway and do get to drive occasionally. I was driving on Friday, a couple of days ago, for me. It's Sunday for me, for the people watching in the Northern Hemisphere, where it's Saturday night for you guys. Oi, get out of there. Did I go over 45? I don't think so. I know I accidentally pressed my save game button. I don't think I went over 45. Bitten twice. But it's really interesting driving a real train. So I did the run from our start point station Belgrave up to... Hang on, why are we going backwards? What? How did I do that? Well, okay. That's a touch weird. How did I manage that? Onwards. Lucky I didn't do a backwards spad then. There's a signal not very far behind us. But anyway, as I was saying, I did the drive from Belgrave out to Lakeside on Friday. And it's one of those very interesting things, driving a real train. It is nothing like driving a simulator. Absolutely nothing like it. And you're constantly on your toes. You're constantly thinking about stuff. I don't want to release that because I don't believe you, game. I have a speed restriction here. Actually, it hasn't got a magnet, has it? So I probably could release, but I'm not going to. You're constantly thinking, and a lot of the time you're just standing there because you stand when you're driving our locos. And there's not that much to do, but when there is something to do, it's all at once. So you'll be slowing down, coming down the hill, you've got a brake application happening, you're whistling for a crossing, you're getting ready to start powering up the other side of the crossing to get up the hill, and stuff going on all the time. It's just the way it is. And that's why I didn't release, even though the game said I could. It's become rolling into Aachen. This little bit of track through here must be quite the bottleneck for this station. I have to take this right to the end too. I'm hoping that's only a repeater. Because this train is so big, I'm going to take it all the way to the end of the platform. Which I'm vaguely surprised is even in the playable area. Stop. Stop. Lucky. How close was that one? Ah, that's all right. I had another meter. Would have been fine. There we go. Another run done. I only PZB myself twice. And a platinum. Speeding. Naughty. One up there. And the little ones here, where I was messing around with AFB. All right, Brad MacArthur says, you think you're becoming a qualified PB driver? I am thinking of doing that. That is the plan. So we've done 3M, we've done a Vectron. We're going to do a BR110 now. Try and remember how to drive the damn thing. Yeah, there's an expression of interest coming up soon. I am hoping I will have enough shifts by the time it comes out. So we shall see. Yeah, there isn't a 110. I thought there was. There's a 111. No, maybe we'll do a 111. Or a 103. Why don't we do a 103? Heritage Tour. All right, so no 110. We'll do a 103 instead. So when the ELI comes out, if I've got the requisite number of shifts, and I'm bloody close. I have grand plans on applying. Got a brake key somewhere, don't we? I think you have to stand up to get to the brake. Wait. Stand up to get to the brake key? Yep, there it is. Sit down again. And reverser. This is a tap changer, isn't it? Are they linked? Yes, they are. Good. Okay, minimum. That'll be fine. Are the doors open? No, they're not. What else do you have to do with this one? Circuit breaker should be fine. Traction motor fan we can leave off for the moment, but I will need to put it on. Train line power is on, so that should be all good. Now, where are safety systems in this thing? What about headlights? Signal lights. Tail lights we don't want. No, it's not here. Brake mode, that should be fine. Go around the other side for safety systems, I think, if I remember rightly. Somewhere. Maybe not. Maybe I have to get out of the train and go down the other end to do it. Let's try that. Well, maybe not that side. Maybe this side. This side that's got safety switches? No, it must be the other side. Or are they up here? Ah, here they are. Somewhere here. PZB. LZB. Where's our annoying friend? There's no annoying friend. Or is C for a valve on this one? Maybe C is a valve. There's something in here, I remember that. No. No, none of those. Can't go down there. I don't see a CIFA. Oh well, we'll drive it without CIFA. It'll be fine. It'll be less noisy, that's for sure. I just won't get the points. I was sure there was a CIFA valve or something around somewhere. No, they're bogey cutouts. Down there, maybe? No? Oh well. We'll drive without CIFA. It'll be fine. And is that my signal? I think so. Don't think I'll try and drive this with rail driver somehow because it's a tap changer. Do a combination of rail driver and the beast. This being the beast. Here we go. I had headlights on, but they went off. Wow, you can hear the tap changer from outside. Never knew that. There go the traction motor fans all by themselves. There's a shipping container and a 185 on the right-hand side. Now I think we have to get the gratuitous bridge shot of the 103 on here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to face back the other way. So we've got the church in the picture. The BR-103 that looks like a Volkswagen Splitty combi van. Right. Manual focus. Blur off the background a bit to make it look nicer. Exposure's actually okay on this one, but I want to bring up the color a little. Tiny bit more, tiny bit more. There we go. And a touch of vignette around the edges. There we go. Nice. Done. Okay. It's not my fault. Has to be done. That's interesting. So SEPA went off, but I don't remember turning it on. That's interesting. All right. We're still only allowed to do 40 at the moment. Just remembering that. So how does LZB work in this one, given that you don't have a speed set? And why did SEPA sound, given that the SEPA light is on? Or was it vigilant? No? No, it'd have to be SEPA. I think I've been holding up the world again. There's a Vectron going, what is this old thing I'm waiting for? Actually, it's not a Vectron, it's a container. After this, we'll do a stopper service, one of the S-Bahns. Very close to the pop point at the moment. There we go. Starting to find her feet. Yeah, it takes about 2 years to train and qualify as a driver, so it'll be quite a commitment. There's some classes on weeknights. I'm clearly being very naughty at the moment. Hoping that speed will come down by itself. Actually, I'm going to need to come down a little bit anyway to slow down for the 120. And there's practicals just about every weekend. So it's a big commitment. I don't have a thing for the electric brake. Brad says this route has a special place in his heart. It was a first attempt at German safety systems. He still enjoys it. I can understand that. Sad that the direct brake doesn't stay completely released. I'll have to adjust the rail driver mod a little, because it is putting just the tiniest amount of air in and I really don't want it to. That car park's always looked like it's made of Lego to me. We'll take this one a little while further and then we'll jump out to an S-Bahn, because if we do nothing but end-to-end runs, we'll all get bored of it. Michael says he thinks this was his first route where he used all the safety systems as well. Not that many. Now, let's get up to the end of this station to watch this one go past. Oops. Out there will do fine. And that'll be it for this one, and then we'll do a S-Bahn. And after we've done S-Bahn, we'll do Kermit the train. Alrighty, let's pop out and go and pick a service. Brad says, plus you've ridden a line in real life. That's cool. I have to say I appreciate some of the UK lines more, having ridden them when I was on my holiday. I'm hoping to go to the UK again this year and do a bit more north, do some more Scotland, do some more Wales. Might get across ride the the Channel train, go over to France and come back just for the hell of it. Might do that. Had a brain freeze then. I'm going, what am I doing? Oh yeah, S-Bahn. There's the 642s. Let's just see what these services look like, actually. I know they're not. It's their RBs. So they've got a few stops. There's 5 stops on those ones. What about those? There's a few more stops on those. All right, so they're the RBs. And if we have a look at the 423, so these are the S's. So that's another short one. Is there a longer one? 39, 38. I'm going to do that one. We'll do that one. You know what? Let's leave dynamic weather on for a change. It's not as though we're showing off a new route or anything. So we can just have some dynamic weather. Maybe it'll do something that's not stupid. We'll see. Alrighty, DB423, another one to remember how to drive, because it's been a little while. Must be a brake key or something somewhere, surely. Reverser. And forwards. Can probably open the doors, wrong side. Try that side. Is that a brake key? No? Does it not have a brake key? Oh, maybe not. And safety systems. Has it got an AFB hiding under the table there? Doesn't look like it. They're just air conditioning, aren't they? Where do I find my safety system switches? Oh, here. Right. Lisbon. Nobody have LZB at this end of the route? Buzz. And annoying grandma. Good. Perfect. And some instrument lights. There we go. We got train line power. Passenger lights on. I'm sure they'll appreciate that. And it doesn't have any... Does it have a tempomat? Doesn't look like it. No, I don't see a button for it. That's cool. Our little 423. You gonna get in, mate? You run away when I talk to you. Good on you. On the phone, oblivious, walk straight into me. Everyone's on the phone. No one's getting in my train. Is there anybody in here? No. It's completely empty. Is there any in the back one? Yeah, there's people in the back one. Is it one of those trains that people only get in the back carriage? Because there is nobody in this carriage. That's fine. Time to go. What does our timetable look like? My brakes aren't releasing, so there's clearly something else I have to do. Or have I got doors open on the other side or something stupid? Yes, I do. Very clever. But only some of them. Only one carriage had its doors open. Isn't that weird? There we go. Drive it like you stole it. We go back into the wilds of Colanhof. Noisy Sifa. Yeah, what have we got? Sindorf, Horum, Fretchen, Cold Whedon, Cold Lovenich, Cold Mungersdorf, Cold Renfield, that's the one we're looking for, Cold Hansering, Colanhof. Yep, we're allowed to do 120 now. Let's go. Looks like the rail driver and joystick mod likes this train. It's good. I haven't found one yet that it's not working well with. It'd be interesting to see how it goes with the Americans, with the same handle and rail driver doing throttle and dynamic brake. Because that didn't work with the 103 back then. So if you have got a rail driver, I would definitely give this mod a crack. Sifa. I think the mod's skipping the dead zone in the middle of the rail driver lever. I'm not sure I like that. That'll be a pain on American locos when you need to sit in the middle for 10 seconds before you go into dynamics. But we'll see what it's like. I've got to record an American run. Lord Vectron 4. Kassel was my first German route I played properly and learned the difference between LZB and PZB, but Frankfurt Fulda was the one I learned how PZB works. Did I just not stop at a station? That would be correct. Well done, sir. Well done. That would be one of these. A German Nebworth. What would a German Nebworth be? It's weird that we're slowing down going downhill. Lord Vectron 4 says, now I get the delay because your Nebworth appeared in chat before on screen. It's about 21 seconds. The delay. Beastie Bill 88. Passengers at the last station screaming in angry German. Yes. Scheißenkopf. It's a shithead if you don't know. Why do I know the German words for shithead? Isn't that a strange thing? Brakes better be good in this thing. Oh, not emergency. No, we don't want emergency brakes. Stop it. Release. Fine, don't release then. See if I care. There you go. It's releasing. We'll get into the platform. It'll be fine. So is this pronounced beer or beer? Reminds me of one of my favourite streamers. Sits there and he's the antithesis of political correctness because he sits there and drinks beer and smokes on the stream. It's awesome. All the people who should have gotten off at the last station but didn't because they couldn't are now piling out of the train in case I don't stop anywhere else. Look at the horde. They're all getting off here. There's tons of them. Oh, well. Go on, love. Get in. Hurry up. You going in? No? You don't want to go in? All right, then. Don't go in. See if I care. I've got the wrong lights on, don't I? There we go. That's better. Ooh, that's got a bit of a shimmy going to it on the screen. Nasty. I don't know if that went out in the stream or not, but it was jiggly jiggly. Off we go to Sindorf. Zifa. There's that hedge I said I hate so much over there on their left. Looks so artificial. I mean, the one on the right looks really nice, but the one that they had on the left back there... Oops, 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 oops. See, now I'm just looking at a bush. See, I like these little commuter trains. You drive them like it's Grand Theft Auto. Is that track being ripped up or made, whichever it is? I guess making it, I couldn't really imagine Germans tearing up railway line. They do seem to like their railways. Couple of k's out of Sindorf now. You surprised? I'm actually paying attention this time. Probably don't need to slow down that harshly, but need to beat the yellow. Next stop, Sindorf. DB would like to thank you for riding our pretty red train. There we go. Doors open. And we'll watch all these people walk down to the back of the train. Where's she going? Where are you going? She's going to go down the back too. She's just a bit confused. I'll let some of them get in, even though I'm supposed to go. Because I do have a faint suspicion at least some of them will get in down here. Or will they? No, they might not. Train Sim World passengers, we love you. No, no one's getting in. Alright. They probably set up for the wrong platform. That's what often happens when they set the passengers up. They set up the people that want to go that way on the platform that faces that way. But in this one, there should be no excuse because there's only one platform. So who knows? It'll be something weird. Gratuitous bridge shot. Off towards Horham. So what are people thinking of the timetable so far? Maybe I should put up a poll. I'll put up a poll when I stop at Horham. I think we'll have to run that that diesel freight. I think it's the 218. Might have to give that a crack. Alrighty, doors open at Horham. And let me pop in a poll. Alright, let's get out of here. And off we go to Frenchen Koningsdorf, I guess. Koningsdorf. No, it'll be Ott, isn't it? Because it's got the two dots. Koningsdorf. My German is shit, I apologise. Ziffer. The poll is anonymous, by the way. I can't see who has voted. Excuse me, scat. Is that you're going to say? No, you're not going to do it now. This is Cassandra. The giant fluff ball. That's right, you're a fluff ball. Show me face. Isn't it funny that the AIs that pick faces for streaming cameras and stuff understand that cats have faces? Isn't that weird? Yeah, you want to go? Okay. She's sitting there behind me now looking indignant. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's fine. It's your fault, cat. Will we have a car in the platform? Will we have anything in the platform? Come on, one door, one door. That's all we need, one door. Come on. Victory. Okay. DB Rail would ask you to mind your first step if you actually have any passengers in the train. Otherwise, don't worry about it. No one getting in here either? Train Sim World passengers. They're so awesome. Red pants with a shit stain. Excellent. Can't quite get over there to the ding-dongs. Away we go. Did I close the doors? I don't think I did I? Probably not. Be a good thing to do, wouldn't it? There we go. Doors stop. Doors closing. Tell I don't use the horn on German trains much. I got a reward. Yay! Come on, little beastie. Off you go. No? You don't want to go? Come on. Come on. No? What's wrong with you? Why are you sad? Do I have something dumb like doors open? Oh, look at that. That's twice I've done that. Alright, now we can go. Maybe. Yes. Off to Colweden. It's actually kind of funny because you say Colin a lot, same way that most Aussies say the name Colin. They go, Colin? My name's Colin. Ziffer. Well, let's do 120 here. Naughty. Better start slowing down for Colin Whedon anyway. So that we actually stop in it this time. Because, you know, it's slightly better passenger service to actually stop in the stations that you're supposed to stop at, just a little bit. Good enough. Anybody going to get in this time, do you think? Colin Whedon West. Ooh, maybe. Maybe. Yes! We have passengers. Two. And there's a little... Is that a wet patch? It is a wet patch. Can we get a nice angle on the train? Probably not, because I end up standing on her to get in the right spot. Never mind. That's okay. Straight on the phone. That'll be right. Yeah, bloody driver. Closed the doors right in my face and now he's driving off. What a prick. I want to complain. I want to speak to your manager. No, I don't care. Get me a manager. Don't care about you at all. No. Bloody driver. Missed me train. Yeah, I'm tipping that lady's name was Karen. What would Karen be in German? Ooh, this wet patch might be far enough away that we can get a nice, not emergency brake. Don't do that. Let's see if we can get to this wet patch. Get a nice reflective shot. Stay out of the water, lady. You make your shoes dirty. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Now, just out of interest, I don't think I'll be able to catch it. It just occurred to me, I think that was a TGV. And if it was a TGV, I'm going to hope in hell at catching it. No, it's gone. I'm pretty sure that was a TGV going the other way. But it didn't look like a normal TGV. It had a different livery. Might be something from Creators Club I've got, I suppose. Super. Yeah, I know there's the Tallies. The TGV represents the Tallies train. Tallies, whatever it is. But, yeah, it didn't look like a TGV. Next up, Mungersdorf Technology Park number 1. Numero uno. Lord Vectron wants another TGV route, a nice long one, Castle Long. Yeah, I suppose if you like the long end-to-end runs, then that's going to get you excited. I don't mind the end-to-ends on this one because they're quite quick. Anyone going to get in this time? It's hard to tell, actually. Is it 185? A bit of container freight. It's going to walk right into my head. Book. Renfeld, sorry, next platform, next stop. Is that a 187, I think, probably? A little container train. Quiet, you. It's good to see stuff sitting in the sidings over there. Hey, not an emergency, no, it's not an emergency, we just need to slow down. It's okay. Hold your horses, train. It's fine. I think in this mod, you're not protected from going into emergency brake like you are with the normal rail driver implementation. That's cool. Lighthouse sitting up there like that. Let's go back and have a look at the little lighthouse thingy. So is this actually a port town, or was it just someone felt like building a lighthouse? Just seems like a strange thing to have. Actually, if I go into photo mode, I'll be able to go up there, won't I? Cute. Maybe not. Looks like I am still stuck on this one. Q. No, it won't let me. Photo mode can normally get away from invisible walls, but not this time. If we go further away. No. Oh well. I don't know what it is. Who knows? Who knows? It's not a bad shot anyway. Let's grab a shot of trains in this station. Why not? Can. Done. It's probably time to go. Is it? Yep. Let's go. We'll have to behave ourselves though. Why does the whole game stop so it can play the sound beep? Whoop, too fast. Too fast. Come on, charge it back up. Let's go. There we go. Yes, yes. Whacked by 500 hertz. And now I'm in monitoring. Yay. But I'll stay in my monitoring because that's the right thing to do. Oh wow, the 187 didn't sound so bad from the outside. Colin answering next. We'll keep going at this speed because we're in the sin bin. We have been naughty. There we go, we're out of monitoring. Power it up. Zifa. Gratuitous bridge shot. Another train over there. I was kind of hoping you could open the window. You can. the advantages of reloading the game so often. You get rewards for stuff over and over and over again. I actually hadn't run in beta for ages, and in sorting out this magic rail driver kerfuffle, I did do some running in the beta versions. I normally only do that on my Xbox S. Reminds me, I should turn that thing on and update it. It's been a little while. And away we go. Next stop, Colanhof, end of the line. Even for you, briefcase lady. There's a few people in the train, but not many. Better pay attention to the signals through here, I suppose. Looks like most of you are liking the route. There's one that's a no, and a few that are liking it some, which is okay. For the ones who are liking it some or not at all, is it that you don't like the route or German trains, or you think the timetable's actually lacking something? What's that one next to us with Dostos, I wonder? Hey, I did acknowledge. Leave me alone. Yeah, fine, we're in the platform. Stop here. Nah. What is that service next to us, and why are you still beeping? It's an AI service, so you can't run that one. Despite getting whacked by PZB, I still got a platinum. And speeding. Still got a platinum. Bonus. Yeah, that's fine, Lord Vectron. You put in some because the route doesn't interest you, that's fine. Yeah, I'm just curious if it's particularly the person who said they don't like it. Is it because you don't like German trains, or you don't like Colanhof, or you don't like the timetable? Because it'd be good to be able to feed that back. Alrighty. Where are we for time? 11:08. There is a short freight, so let's give that a crack with the 218. The diesel, because you know you don't get a lot of diesels. And then we'll do Kermit the train, which was one of the other requests. Ooh, so we have to set it up. Well, that's cool. Where is it? Don't see it. See lots of different vintages of IC carriages, though. Just look around here, then. Got an IC1, ICE3. A plane. Some old boiler tubes. What's happening over at the turntable? Does the turntable work now? There's a question. Ah, yes, turntable's active now. Good. Where's my train, game? Why am I waiting over here? There's another turntable. Could it be there's more than one? There is. I think it spawned us not in a train. What do you think? This turntable's active too. I think it hasn't spawned me in an actual train. So I wonder where we're supposed to be. 3.5 kilometres that way. Right. And that's where we're going. So where's our train? Where's it supposed to be, do you think? I assume it's supposed to come out of here. So what's that one? No, that's a port. That's leaving on the portal. That one? No. That one? That one? No. No, no one's stolen it. Well, that's nice of it to not spawn our train. We can watch the Dostos going over the top at least. Well, I guess we'll get into Kermit the train since the 218 clearly didn't work. Lord Vectron's got to run some interests. Oh, just jump on your phone, mate. Anyway, Kermit the train coming up. So I'll just feed that back. 218 service failed to find a train. Just note that down so I can tell them. And that happened at about 2:40 or so. Just so I can log a bug for that. All right then. And of course, since Vectron's popping out, it is time for the Vectron. And that one. That one? That's in the middle of the day. Is there one in the evening? That'd be nice. 15:24. Ah, it's near enough to evening. We'll run that one. Get started. Lord Vectron's going to be sad that he's missing out on a Vectron. Let's get doors open. And is AFB a screen thing on this? We need signal lights, don't we? I think that's fine, actually. It's already good. Hay beams. Signal lights will be fine. Rack release and... doors are open, I think. How do I turn on AFB on this one? Is it switches? Maybe? Nothing up there. Oh, here. That'll be why. LZB, PZB, CIFA. Can we go in the back? No. Wait until 15:26. Got our big green train. Are we getting any passengers in? Not so far. Completely empty. Oh, no, no. I was about to say completely empty, but there they are. Fair few people riding Kermit the train, actually. Ist gut. Ist gut. Lock the doors. Time to go. Let's roll, Kermit the train. That doesn't really look like AFB's on, does it? I still have brakes on. That'll help. I think I turned on the AFB switch behind me. No, I didn't. So it must be done via a screen, surely. It's trying to leave. ZB, PZB... System, BMC, quick bar, function, is it in function? No. Oh, hang on. That would help, wouldn't it? Pump up the train. Now we'll be able to leave. That'll work much better. Meanwhile, how do I turn on AFB? Is it under Zug? No. Yeah, maybe I'll just have to drive it without AFB. But then I can't have LZB either.
Zugbeeinflussung.
It's not down there. Over there? No. Over there? No. Quickly run over here while... No, it's none of those. Oh, wait. I'm here. Stop it. You noticed I wasn't in the chair, you bastard. Fine. Come on, off we go. Oh, I'd have to press the fill button now. Yeah, it's charging the brake pipe now. Good. But how do I turn on AFB? Quick bar? No, that's just... Ah, there we go.
AFB.
Aha!
AFB. AFB.
Click. Good. Off we go. And we can go faster now. Is it linked to this lever? No, of course not. That would be handy. Off we go. Full bananas from the Little Flicks train. Ooh, rain. Vectron's too smart to slip. Thunder and lightning, very, very frightening. Famous Queen song. Getting some proper rain now. Where's your umbrella? As we fly along in Kermit the train. Jeez, that's close to the edge of the train, isn't it? It's very tight clearance for a tunnel. Impressive. Another intermodal service, again with some gaps in the containers, good to see. Down to 120. Even getting some clicky-clacky. From the outside, it looks like there's no rain, but you pop back in here, different story. I think after this we'll find one more stopping service, maybe one of the regionals, and we'll run that, and that'll be it for today. Brad asks, going back to PB, what's the average age of a driver? 5 years ago, it was probably about 60. But it's come down to about probably late 40s now, because they've got a lot of younger drivers on, which is good because it gives some surety for the future. The youngest ones are in their 20s now, which is great. It's changed from a, to get into the footplate in both sides, fireman and driver, you have to be a fireman before you can be a driver. But it's changed from what it used to be in the past as who you knew. So if you knew someone who was willing to stand up for you and stick their neck out for you, then you would get into a footplate training role. If you didn't, you would have been on the sidelines. Whereas these days there's a clear set of criteria. There's an expression of interest published, which anyone on the railway who meets the minimum qualifications for the role pre-training can apply for, and there's a panel that makes the decisions. And if your qualifications are suitable and you're someone that they think is behaves appropriately is probably the best way to put it, then you'll get into the training program. And if you make it through the other end of the training program, it's entirely up to you. And what I mean by behaviour, let's say there was a fireman who's someone who needs reminding by their driver about water a lot. They probably would not get considered as a driver. They'd be okay as a fireman because the driver's there to help. The other kind of thing that might get in your way is if you're not good with people, because you do actually have to be, you don't have to be mates with people, but you have to be civil. And same with people who don't get on with passengers. So if you're not willing to play the game and do the smiles for the photos and things like that at either end of the run, that's the other kind of thing that would stand in your way of being in charge. Brad says, behaves appropriately. How did you get on? Well, good thing they don't watch me in a simulator. No, it's a very different behaviour there. It was actually funny when I went as a fireman because I'd been a diesel second person for a very long time, like 8, maybe even 10 years. Must have been close to 10 years. And I wanted to, maybe more actually, and I wanted to become a diesel driver. And there is a path to diesel driver for staff, but it doesn't exist for the volunteers. And I was trying to change that. And eventually they said, look, the only way you're going to be able to do it is become a steam fireman. Hello, Bronco. How are you? So I became a steam fireman, went through all of the training and passed out and did all that sort of thing. So now I'm waiting for the EOI to go in for driver. Should have a look actually. How close am I for shifts? Let's have a quick look. So if I go for my non-training shift, it's LZB starting up. It's 49 and you need 50, but some of those are diesel. So I probably need about 6 more shifts. And if I was really smart, I'd take a week off work and do those shifts. So we have LZB stopping us for a signal. Kermit the train very fast catching up with the little Maintelbahn train. It must be slipping occasionally, that's why it's getting off the power. How are you, Bronco? Doing well, I hope. We're doing hands-off driving, driving itself. It's a bit nervous running towards a red signal with the train driving itself, but whatever. Stiffer. Don't maybe put the brakes on, train. Stop. How about that? It will stop for a signal all by itself. Will it keep itself there, or do I have to? That's interesting. I wonder if it was on a slope, would it stay there? As we sit here in Kermit the train, waiting for our signal to clear. The new timetable is Very busy. So much so that you do get to wait for red signals from time to time, like this one, on our way to Colin. Where's that little mental train gone? Has it not come out of the station yet, maybe? Yeah, it's here in the station. Here's the little mental train. We might run one of those too. Run a why not? We'll do a 642 service. I haven't done a 642 for ages. What are we waiting on, I wonder? So that's us. Oh, it's just gone green. We're not waiting on anything. Here goes the autopilot train taking off. Whoa, slippage, slippage, slippage. It's a Vectron. We'll just let it manage it all by itself. It will. As they say in the classics. Nice bit of arcing from the pantograph there. We're clearly following something. Brad says, I haven't been following the forums. Is a free upgrade or a paid? This is free. Everybody who has got Train Sim World 5 and Colin Arkin will get this upgrade for nothing. And it will be out in the next couple of days. I do know exactly what day. And you can... we haven't been said whether we can actually say the day or not, so... to give you an idea, it'll be coming out with the update for Cargo Line, and Cargo Line's coming out on the 1st for most people, which is the 2nd for Aussies, of course, so a couple of days before that is when it will appear. Except on console, that's correct. In fact, it's Steam only, it's not even going to Epic or PC Xbox. So it is Steam only for now. As I've mentioned earlier, I don't think you were here, Bronco, but PS4 a few weeks ago actually did get this timetable. Bit of an accident. I don't know if they've still got it. Ooh, green followed by red. That's interesting. How's it going to cope with this? The LZB system doesn't use the signals, so it should already know that there's a... well, it's cleared anyway. Whatever was in our way is not anymore. So either it was an ICE, because it's allowed to go faster than us, or it was something just crossing the path. Oh no, there's another red. Yeah, my guess around the consoles is they're just waiting on certification testing to put it out. And they probably want to see if it works okay on Steam as well. Yeah, went to an ICE. before I forget about it, I'll just put a thing in the feedback. There you go. Quickest Jira ever. He's put in a ticket for that 218 service that didn't work. Bronco is looking forward to Military Pack, which I would suggest is not very far away, given that Cargo Line 3 is coming out. So Military Pack that Bronco's talking about, if you're not aware, is Cargo Line 4. So it's in the roadmap in the, I think was it in the 0 to 3 or the one after that? Can't remember, but it's soon. More than halfway to Colanhof now. Ah, that's a good question, Bronco. It has not been announced. So they've done some little teasers. So there's been a tracked vehicle, for example. I mean, you can just see a bit of the track. But no, there really hasn't been a lot of detail about Cargo Line Military. Not at all. So you'll just have to wait for more teasers, I think. Something else coming up here. Or not, or is it just sitting up there? It's just sitting. There we go. Reminds me, actually, I need to do my recordings for Cargo Line. I shall have to negotiate with the other half, whether that's today or tomorrow. Since I'm fortunate enough to have the day off work tomorrow. So what's on the puff roster for tomorrow? See if they've got any gaps. I could always run up there and get another shift in. April... Monday 28th. No, all good. Whoosh mode engaged. Warp 10, Mr. Sulu. .200 kilometers an hour. Doesn't take long to pass a train at this speed. Yep, PZB is changing. LZB, sorry. It's going to bring us down to 160 soon. Ziva. K's till the speed reduction. If you're wondering how you can tell when you're in LZB, so it's 2.8 kilometers and the bar's counting down till it does this, 160. And with AFB maxed out, LZB will manage the speed all by its little lonesome. It is starting to do it now. It's left behind the flashing marker, which is where the AFB lever is set. And it's bringing the speed down to 160, which is where it was, and it does that in front of the required curve, so the train makes it to the right speed before it needs to. Now we've got 2,600 metres until we're taken down to 70 kilometres an hour. And we'll need to get ready to take over control in the not too distant future anyway, because we will get dumped out of LZB at some point. Bronco says if they did World War II, which I don't believe they would, do we have any trains that would fit that era? Yeah, 7F, 6P, 4F, some of the early diesels, Class 20. Class 31. Liverpool route could support that kind of thing. Northern Transpennine could. So we're being warned that it's ending, so we'll hit the end key. And we will bring our AFB lever down. So I'm going to bring our AFB right down to 60, but I'm not going to do anything about it at the moment because it's still driving. So I won't click it. I've already acknowledged that LZB's ending, so it will let me take control in a moment. Now the thing to do is reduce our throttle a lot. Now that we're coming into the 60 zone, I'll click the AFB handle as well. We'll just roll the rest of the way into Colin. In fact, I have to take my AFB all the way to 0, don't I? Probably turn AFB off, actually. And then I can drive. So I should have taken AFB down to 0 before, not taking it down to 60 and clicked it. Got a 500 hertz in effect now. Ziffer. Just roll into Colin. We'll watch our speed. So once we get into the platform, we're going to have to slow down to about 25 or so. And just roll the rest of the way down to the end of the platform now. It's interesting that we've come in so early given we were running on LZB. Second 500 hertz is in effect. Lots of stuff moving here at Colin, which is really nice to see. Used to be a bit of a dead zone. That'll do there. Doors open. And that's it for the Flix train run. So I think we'll go and grab the little 642 and do a quick run in the 642, and that'll be it for the stream for today. That was kind of cool. Oh look, they fixed something too. I didn't get pinged for not using wipers under the roof. I like that. That's a good thing. You used to get pinged if you were running with wipers under a roof or wipers in a tunnel. You used to get penalised for it. Enjoy yourself, Bronco. Have a good one, mate. I'll have some American stuff coming up shortly. You will see it soon. Not today. Schnellfahrstrecke Köln again, and let's go look at the 642 from Mentalbahn. And Bedbug to Colin Mess. Sure, let's do that one. And we'll leave dynamic weather on, why not? And yes, I know the station's not called Bedbug. It's okay. Just reset the rail driver so it's ready. Okay. All right, now another one to try and figure out how to drive. Master key. Master key. And reverser, I think there's a power thing as well. Somewhere. Driver's brake is in driving. Power and brake handle brake 62%. So let's match that. We're just on wait for a moment. I thought there was some kind of power lever or something with this thing as well that you had to do. Lights. Right. And safety systems. Are they here or are they here? Here they are. PZB mode. CIFA. But not PZB on, just the modes there. Maybe it's here. Or is it one of the weird ones where it's down the other end? Oh, there it is. And there's no LZB on these ones. There is no AFB. Alright. Wait for a moment, it says. So we are driving this little beastie now. Little diesel-powered thingy. Oh, well, I wouldn't have the doors open and stop, but anyway, we don't. Running the RB38. This little squeaky horn. It's a little diesel hydraulic. Intensity says, wow. Glad you like it. I would have thought I would be in monitoring, but I don't appear to be, so. Actually, it's because I released, isn't it? Coming into LZB territory with no LZB capabilities. Oh well. Let's get a window open so we can hear the diesels. Sifa. Man, those lights are bright. We do accelerate super fast. And it's one of the few trains that's got reflections on the glass still. They've taken that away on a lot of them. I don't mind it because it's realistic, but I know it annoys some people. So this is another train that the rail driver and joystick interface from Cobra is doing a very good job of. So if you're running on PC and you've got a rail driver and you're getting sick of the jiggly handles, this mod's really good for you. Rail driver and joystick interface by Cobra. I popped a link in the chat very early on in the stream, but if anybody would like one, I can grab that for you. Still got the poll open, thanks to all the people who have voted so far. I have to say and I know I'm an ambassador, so you'll take this with a grain of salt, of course, but I'm actually quietly impressed with the timetable, because you're seeing lots of trains. And it feels like a fairly busy train line, which is good. You'd like the link? Very good. I shall get that for you. It's a little bit finicky to set up. The directions are pretty good. One thing it doesn't say in the directions is to calibrate in TSW5 after you've set it up in the mod. Do that. Otherwise it does weird things. Basically what it does is it replaces the high engineering DLL that's in the build. And if you've got the build in a funny place, you might need to copy that file over yourself. There are instructions for doing that. And it sits, effectively it gives you a layer between the physical rail driver and the game. So the game sees a virtual copy of the rail driver, and the mod takes control of the real rail driver, and it just de-jitters everything. And it's doing an excellent job. So there's no joggly handles anywhere. They're just all dead still. No ghost movements. It's really good. It's mods by Cobra. Cobra built the same thing for Transcend Classic a long time ago. Play Engineering have got their own Transcend Classic implementation as well, but Cobra brought in a whole lot of other controllers, not just the rail driver. Brad says, I'm not an ambassador and I think it looks very good at the right price too. Yeah, it's hard to argue with free, isn't it? Someone will. You watch. Someone will go, nah, can't be free. Couldn't possibly be free. If we go to Colin Renfield, and I think this is the station that only in this timetable can you actually stop at. You're welcome in Tent City. You know, now that I've said that name, it's actually kind of clever. It's Intensity, isn't it? Oh, look, a reward for doing something again. That's good. My points and levels and rewards and everything are all a bit screwed up because I bounce back and forth between the development branch and the preview branch, which is what I'm showing you today, and the live one. Don't think we're actually going to get to our 140 kilometers an hour somehow, even though we're going downhill. Just doesn't quite feel like it. She's not the most powerful beast, this little thing. Does great on hills, though. Excellent hill climber. As we make our way towards Colin Renfield. This will be our last service on the stream today, because I have been live for almost 4 hours now, so 3 hours and 45 minutes or so. And I do need to do a bit of content recording too, so it's 4Ks to Colin Renfield. Is that the only one we stop at, or we go on to... No, we do go on to Colanhof as well, which is good. I'll have a bit of a break after this and have some lunch, and then I will get on with recording my cargo line content. I'm glad you like it, Intensity. It's why I make it. Oh, looks like we've got some adverse signalling coming up, so I probably better start slowing down. Maybe not that much, though. These brakes are good. I've got to make an intro video for Cargo Line, and I'm not sure if I'll do a tutorial for it. I mean, it's a 66. I've got lots of 66 tutorials. The only reason I do the additional ones is that people might look for 66 Cargo Line or something like that, and it just helps them out that they find something, because they may not realise, because you can't assume everybody is a railway person. They may not realise that the 66 that comes on Cargo Line is the 66 that comes on this and the 66 that comes on that. So I haven't quite decided whether I'll make one or not. We'll see. Nice heavily laden intermodal running down our left there as we approach Colin or Renfield. Brad says, I'm amazed you have any spare time between your YouTube channel and real life firing. Oh, and of course, don't forget the list and work and sleeping. Lights are very bright, aren't they? Where's the high beam switch? Righto. Now, where is the high beam switch? This is a good question. No. Not down there. No, we'll just put up with super bright lights then. As you do. We should get out and have a look around this station, actually, because I don't think anything stopped here in the old timetable. Now I've got 2 trains here at once. Yep, looks like a German station. Do you know what? It doesn't think I've stopped. Does it? Look at that. Hey, I wonder if I can set it off by walking there. Wouldn't that be funny? No, I can't. I'm going to have to move the train because it doesn't think I've actually arrived yet, even though my doors are open, which explains why no one's getting in or out. That's a bit tight. I'll put that in the feedback. Because you can normally stop further from the marker than that. Alright, let's try that then. See, now it thinks I've stopped. Anybody getting in and out this time? No, still not. We are under the influence of a 500 hertz and in monitoring, so I'll need to stay under 24 until the signal. And then under 45. Brad says, I get the impression you don't sleep much. Oops. I think I might have been just a minuscule too late for that. Never mind. Release the brakes. You should be able to release the brakes now. Why not? There we go. I just needed to push the button harder. Now that was a green signal, so what was it making me acknowledge? Was it a speed change? Ah yes, I had to acknowledge the speed change. So there's a magnet for the speed sign and there's a magnet for the signal, and I only acknowledged one of them. That would be why that happened. Look at that plane hanging in the sky, just like planes don't. It's just sitting there, it's not going anywhere. How weird's that? Oh, now it's moving. The reason I don't usually release, even if the game says you can, and right now it says you shouldn't, but even when it says you can, is talking with German and Austrian drivers. Generally speaking, they don't release. They'll just sit there under monitoring until it lets them go. And some of the railway companies, or some of the districts of the railway companies, actually forbid you from releasing. Alright, there we go. Monitoring's off now. So I can pick up some more speed. We are fast rolling into a 60 zone anyway. Interesting, I didn't have to acknowledge the 60 sign back there. I wonder if they fixed the magnet under that bridge that almost always whacks you. Wow, that's sensitive. Ziffer. Will we get whatever's coming out of that underground after we get the next trains? Because we've got some German subway trains coming up in the not too distant future. Seems we've got two tracks signalled into platform 2 at the same time. Must be one of those services where one goes in and another one goes in behind it. And we do have a 500 Hertz magnet now. Which means I need to behave myself. And just keep rolling in. Nice to have the suspension on the 642. It's clearly got it. It's nice and bouncy. just roll down to the end about 80 odd meters away. And we'll have our next 500 hertz magnet coming up just here, I think. Yep, there it goes. As you get closer to the red, that speed that you're allowed to do drops. But I'm running at a safe speed that it'll leave me alone. And we're supposed to stop here, so we should. Not emergency brake, just normal brakes will be fine, train. Alrighty, open it up, right hand side, and that is pretty much it for today's stream. Still wearing the livery of the West Frankenbahn. It's a bit far from the West Frankenbahn, but that's okay. Anyway, enjoy yourselves. Have a good day or night, whatever it is for you. And I will be streaming Cargo Line on this coming Wednesday night. I'm allowed to tell you that now. Couldn't have told you that yesterday, but I did see it pop up in Discord that we're allowed now, so that's fine. So I'll be scheduling a stream for that. And we shall see what it's like, won't we? Should be interesting. The last two Cargo Lines have been quite good. They were pretty well received by the great crowd. So we'll see what this one brings us and see if it's fun. It looks interesting. I'm kind of hoping we've got some intermodal loading and unloading, but don't know about that. It'd just be kind of cool. I haven't looked at it at all yet. I'm about to just do some recording for it for people who won't watch the stream because it'll pop up at a different time. And that's about it for today. Looks like 74% of you like the update. So I'll just end that poll now. And that, yeah, pretty good. So 73% liked it lots, 21% liked it some, and somebody didn't like it, which is fine. That might be someone who doesn't like a German route, or it might be someone that actually thinks the timetable wants something more. If you think it wants something more, jump in my Discord if you don't want to say it publicly and just let me know because I can pass that back in for you. Anyway, it's been a pleasure running this thing. I'm actually liking it a lot because it's really busy. I think this will get me back into Colanhof, to be honest, which is a route I haven't run for quite a long time. Yeah, good stuff. Alrighty, have a great day, great evening, whatever it is where you are, and I'm going to go and have some pizza that I've got left over in the fridge. That sounds like a good plan. All right, enjoy yourselves. See you later. Bye. Right button would help.